Hello, my name is Ben. I chose to do my assignment on global economic indicators between 2010 and 2025. To start the assignment, I set up my environment, imported the libraries that I need, and had a look at the data. At first glance, I saw that the names of the countries and the country ID are non-numeric, the rest are numeric, and I saw how the nulls look, which is NaN, the normal value for nulls. I had a look at DF info to see what types of data the columns are, and DF describe to see that mean, max, minimum are all sensible values. After seeing that, I started cleaning the data. I cleaned the data by first treating columns that have more than 45% missing. And then I treated the groups by year, seeing that 2024 and 2025 had many more nulls than the others. I decided to drop them out of my data set. After removing 2024 and 2025, I looked for duplicates. I didn't find any. I continued on. I then corrected mistakes with the data, meaning issues to do with country naming that would block me from using the Plotly library. I fixed, which means removing punctuation and using normal names. For example, I changed Russian Federation to Russia. After treating that, to check my work, I set a Plotly map to show the number of missing values per country and saw what countries are completely missing and what countries seem to have many missing values. The countries completely missing are small territories, so I decided to ignore the fact that they're missing. And the countries that have missing data are only a small number of points, like 64 points, which is not enough to actually make me need to remove them. I then started analyzing the distributions and handling the outliers. I chose 4 columns that I want to focus on, which were 2 types of inflation, CPI and GDP deflator, and GDP growth and unemployment as my columns. I then plotted a box plot and saw that the outliers are causing a large skew with the box plot, making it barely readable. To treat these issues, I separated every column into 3 different statistics: max, min, and mean. I mapped every single one of them onto a geographical global map and a histogram. In the histogram, I highlighted what the outlier values are, and in the normal map, I could see what countries have higher values than the others. I listed the outlier countries that I got from every statistic for every column and removed all the countries that showed up as outliers. After handling all the outliers, I ended up with 138 countries, which is more than enough data points for me to actually start mapping the data on scatter graphs. Before using the scatter graphs, I plotted another box plot to see the effect of the removal of the countries. As you can see in the box plot, we still have outliers, but we do not have as many, and the box plots are now readable. The reason I removed the whole countries and not specific years of a certain country is I wanted to retain the entire country's history between 2010 and 2023, so I don't have any trickle-down effects that I don't know what they're caused by. I then plotted 4 scatter graphs, 2 that are inflation against GDP growth, 1 for each type of inflation, 1 graph for unemployment against inflation, and another graph for unemployment against growth. For every graph, I also got a correlation coefficient. Using these graphs, you can see that the data shows a very low correlation, all of them under 0.25, that do line up with the economic theory, but the low correlation suggests that there might be moderating factors affecting it. In conclusion, we are left with the questions: what are those moderating factors? And if they do not exist, does economic theory actually fit modern day economics? Thank you for your time. All of the work through is listed inside the Python notebook in more detail.